Good afternoon, my name's Alistair Atkin. Thanks for joining us at the Atkin headquarters here in Hurston.
In the studio.
This is Tom.
Oh, yeah.
What are you? Some sort of mediocre also ran
Yeah,
that
all
works
right, I'll
here.
take that.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
Tom does all the setups. At the end of the whole line of the guitar work, and the guitar pops out, Tom's the last man to touch it.
That's it.
So yeah, and on Instagram, his name is The Real Don Balcone.
That's it. Yeah.
We've had a lot of people asking us where that name came from.
We have we?
We have,
Okay,
yeah,
right.
on the
then.
YouTube.
Yeah.
And if anybody watches our channel, they might have noticed that we're a bit of a fan of this company. And we really have been trying to get sponsorship for years.
Yeah.
And they've never even sent us a free pack. And
Trying again.
I would say single-handedly, we have been the ambassadors.
You think?
I don't think there's any other adverts for Balcone products in the
never seen
UK.
one,
No, so this is our moment to tell Balcone how much we love their products. But they're made in Italy. It's a superior sort of cake, really, isn't it?
It is. We love them.
It blows your mind how good they are, don't you think?
Yeah, yeah.
Because you don't expect something like this. So if you were to go to somewhere like Asda, you would have found these for 99p a box. And look, I'm going to open it. There's 10.
Don't do that, because we'll eat them all.
We might have to eat them all. But there's 10 in each box. And
it used to be 12, wasn't it?
no, there was always 10.
There was always 10.
Yeah, and so
It's wishful thinking.
what it is this little cake.
Oh, these aren't even the best ones, I don't think.
No,
they're all really good, aren't they? Oh,
Sniff
no.
It's really nice.
Not again.
Anyway, look at it. It's presented in this little thing, and I think if this wasn't in Asda and it was presented like on a little silver platter, I think you'd pay £3 for one of those. In fact, I went to Centre Parks the other day, and I think I did pay £3 or something like that.
That sounds about right.
So, look, if you look inside,
oh, there you go, cross section.
oh, look at that.
Really soft, really nice.
Yeah, and there's
Sweet.
a
Yeah, you did have a few boxes, but there's only one left.
I know,
because we all
but there's
dove in.
a slight taste of. It tastes like there's almost some sort of alcohol in it.
Yeah,
but I don't think there is.
There might be some in your one. Knowing what you're like.
But yeah, Italian. They're going to do a Brexit rant again. And now they're £1.50 a box.
Have they've gone
doubled.
up? Yeah.
No, I mean they've gone up half.
Yeah, there you go.
So £1 to £1.50. Still worth every penny though.
It was pretty underpriced.
You probably pay, yeah. Anyway,
10p.
probably enough about Balcones, but that's where Tom got his name from.
That
Real
is
Don Balcone
where it
on
came
Instagram.
from. That is where it came from, isn't it? I forget now. There you go.
So
now we know.
we've just finished a run
Yeah.
of really cool guitars.
Oh yeah.
Which were commissioned by the Fellowship of Acoustics. So I'm still eating the cake.
Perhaps we need to get the sherbets out.
The sherbet's next, yeah. I think they're a palate cleanser.
They are palate cleansing.
Anyway, so we have made this little range of guitars for the Fellowship of Acoustics in the Netherlands. This Kingfisher range is based on a sort of early 40s guitar that you don't see a lot of, but it's actually pretty cool combination,
Yeah,
isn't
very
it?
cool. Yeah, very rare.
And with this sort of stuff, we like to try and sort of bring something new to it. So we've designed ourselves a nice pickguard there, which has been engraved. So these are the Kingfisher models. So the Fellowship of Acoustics, they asked us to make something a little bit special for them. And we sometimes do these little collaborations with shops. They've got an idea, and we always like to run with these. So we decided to make 3 for them. And in this batch, we have a J43 size. We've got a 36. And we've got one of our 19s as well. And I think that's a nice little combo, really.
Yeah.
We
all the bases, doesn't it?
We do an LG version, but we can actually make this in any of our models.
Pretty much. It's sort of like an outfit, isn't it? So
Yeah.
it's like with the J's probably got the best back and size, but they're flamed maple back and size, which is unusual, but the J is really nice.
Yeah, look at that.
Really
That's
special.
a really
bit of
special.
wood.
Yeah, and I've often said that if we only could make guitars with maple.
You're a big champion of
I am
maple.
a massive champion.
And for good reason, because
Yeah.
they all sound great.
I think every guitar we ever make with maple sounds stunning.
Every guitar we ever make sounds stunning.
It's true. It's true.
So these particularly are really nice and really cool, and probably they were inspired by a more budget-friendly model, but they don't look budget. They look really nice and
Yeah.
bespoke and high end.
Yeah,
Nice.
they're quite saucy, aren't they?
Yeah.
But they've also got this sort of vintage style V-neck.
New neck profile
Yeah.
for these. Yeah.
Which I think will probably roll out on as vintage sort of inspired versions of our normal range as well.
It's like a V-neck, but it's not hard, is it? It's very, very soft.
Yeah.
Almost oval-like, I would say.
Yeah.
It's chunky though. It's a big chunky neck.
It is slightly chunkier, isn't
Cool.
it? Yeah, and appointment-wise, there's very little going on.
Yeah.
We've got tortoiseshell binding with no purfling at all, front and back. There's nothing down the back of the
no back strip or anything, only a simple little inner ring on the inside, like how they were.
Glued into the actual sound hole.
But still with the Indian rosewood, bridge and fretboard, all really nice and dark. And
touch of class.
Very cool. Got a nice decal on the headstock as well.
Designed in-house by our wonderful Matthew Barwick, who's done so many cool sort of projects with us. Yeah, we love working on this sort of stuff because it really gives a guitar its own identity.
Doesn't
it?
it? Ebony nut on them.
Yeah,
really adds to the look of it.
Yeah,
really chuffed
saddles
with
them. And
bone saddle.
Yeah,
they're really cool. Loads of vibe.
Nitro aged finish, which is on all of our guitars, and it really works very well with this sort of stuff as well. Tuner-wise, we've gone for the standard Kluson tuners. We've actually got two headstocks that we can use on this. This is our most popular headstock for these models, but we've also got a slight variation one, which you see on our Jumbos, which I think will look great on these as well. That's the nice thing about what we do. We can really do whatever we want.
Pretty much, I think, within reason.
And it ends up sort of meaning that you create new models quite quickly.
Yeah.
And we can turn it around pretty quickly. So in some of the bigger companies that I speak to, you have to go to a board meeting to work this sort of stuff out. We just sit down with a cup of tea and a couple of balconies.
Just go.
And we're just like, should we do that? Yeah. And by the afternoon, we've started making them.
That's it. And then by the end of the week, they're there.
Back home having jammy dodgers.
See?
Cup of tea.
Very
and
nice.
it's all done.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Lemon sherbet?
Lemon sherbet, yeah.
Don't say that.
No, haven't had one today. Not
You've
yet.
changed.
I know, well, yeah, now the balconies are here.
You got the chocolate now. Yeah, we're really chuffed with them. They've all come out really nice and sharp.
And one thing we haven't been doing, which we're terrible at, is getting this stuff onto our website. And there's lots of models that we make that never appear on the website. So we're going to do our best to get our mate Joe Green over, and we'll get the website updated so that we can show you all of this cool stuff that we're doing. So yeah, and I think we've had a couple of dealers order some already.
I'm not surprised.
I think Coda have ordered one. I know Eddie's in the US are interested. Chicago Music Exchange.
Yeah.
Can believe it. Yeah,
really cool.
I think it's one of those things that we might not sell hordes of them, but it'll be a constant sort of hit, really.
Wouldn't be so sure.
It'll be like Shawshank Redemption. Didn't do very well at the box office, but it's everyone's favourite film.
It's a classic now.
Yeah,
isn't it?
exactly. So,
is it everyone's favourite film?
I think it is.
It's a bit depressing, isn't it? I know the ending's kind of, but the rest of it's.
I think it constantly gets voted as everyone's favourite film.
It's not my
Google that. We'll Google it and check. But what else? And who wrote it?
Stephen King.
Stephen King.
It wasn't
that amazing? The horror writer Stephen King did that.
Green Mile.
Green Mile, and the one where they're walking on the train tracks with Kiefer Sutherland, River Phoenix.
Really?
That's him as well.
I didn't know.
So yeah, he's known for all the horror stuff, but he's actually quite a guy.
There you go.
Okay, so we play some of these guitars.
Yeah.
We should have a film show as well then, shouldn't we? Because you like Stanley Kubrick quite a lot, don't you?
Film, yeah, I love Kubrick.
Yeah,
we could do that.
Which is your favourite Kubrick film?
Favourite Kubrick? It's got to be Barry Lyndon. It's my favourite.
You like Barry Lyndon? I did. You showed me that.
Yeah.
And I think it's the cinematic kind of.
It's great, isn't it?
It's insane. It's like a
big painting.
Big paintings. That's what they talk about. Anyway,
I love it.
I don't like the Shining very much.
No.
I like the look of it, but I find it a bit boring.
Yeah, it's quite long.
I'd rather be doing the Clockwork Orange than that.
No, I didn't like that one.
Anyway, you didn't like it?
It's all right.
Oh, okay. Right, okay. Sorry about that. So we're using our AKG C3000. So this is our sort of mid-size slope shoulder guitar. It's like an OM width, and it's an OM depth as well. So it's a small J43. so an inch smaller on the width there. Same neck. All three of these have the same neck on them.
Same neck profile.
Yeah. And same nut width
Yeah,
throughout.
43 mil.
Yeah.
But they could be 45 if you wanted to.
43, 45, 43, 45, 43. We could do any of those.
We could do it.
I'm going to play this.
Go for it. Play it.
And it does, doesn't it? It's got plenty of power.
Very nice.
I think. Great little finger picker.
Oh, that sounds really touch sensitive. That.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that's really the kind of the maple, isn't it? It just really, it's sparkly.
Yeah.
And it sort of sounds lively.
But still got a lot of woodiness to it, I think. A lot of depth to it.
Main guitar.
Yeah, it could
Happy.
be. It could well
Happy
be.
that was your main guitar, wasn't it?
Yeah, it's definitely a showstopper.
Yeah.
Get a really nice top on it. I say it all the time, but the top is lovely.
Yes, the Sitka spruce with tight grain. That's really quite smart. I don't mind whether tops have tight grain or wide grain personally. I've heard some of the best guitars I've ever heard
have had
the wide grain. They look like old floorboards a lot of the time.
Right, yeah.
And I think a lot of makers would just throw it away because they think it looks
it's not
rough.
People, right.
But actually, those vintage guitars, they did use stuff like that.
They had, really.
So I've never been afraid to stand up for the stuff that sort of might not look quite as sort of expensive, I guess, or what we know today as a 10 top or AAA.
Well, there's been some movement in the workshop this week regarding top materials. Can we tell them about this?
I've been away. I've been in centre parts. What's happened?
I think one of us was pulling apart a pallet yesterday to use, just to demonstrate that you can do it with what would be called inferior wood. No,
I saw that actually. So
as a little, it's a project type guitar.
Absolutely. There's been other people who've done that tailor-made a pallet guitar, and I'm sure other people have. But sometimes we get a pallet in, and you look at the wood and think, "Look at that! It's actually quite nice. Yeah. There's a bit of figure in that."
If we machined it, it would look,
And we've just bought ourselves a massive bandsaw and planer, so we can resaw everything. So we promise we're not going to make all the guitars out of pallets. But if it's a bit of a hit,
why not?
Yeah,
there's no rules. So.
I think that guitar has three. It's a 3-piece top and a 3-piece back.
Pretty cool.
So I'm sure that's going to make it onto this channel.
I'm sure it'll be amazing.
Yeah. So anyway, so that's the 19.
It's your 19.
I'm going to swivel this over here, and you're going to
play the L36. Yeah.
Yeah. Let's try that.
You want to play the same things?
Do
just whatever.
Yeah. Just maybe turn towards the. Is that better like that?
Right.
Yeah. I think for a lot of people, that's going to be the one that they
bluesy.
move towards. I think
Really bluesy.
the L36 shape just looks perfect with this, doesn't it?
Yeah.
It's a classic. We could do a 12-fret version of that.
We could try
a 13-fret version of that.
We could try that too if you wanted and confuse everyone. But
yeah. I mean, but they're all versions of guitars that we already make. So we've got the wherewithals to do those things. And let's try this one as a final go on that and see. Now, this is a bit of a beast, really. I mean, that's a big guitar, isn't it?
It's a big guitar. It's a lovely set on the back and side.
Yeah,
so really.
Again, look at that
top bit of maple there.
Fiddleback.
Fiddleback, that is pretty much it, isn't it?
Yeah, I think Stradivarius would be happy with that.
Yeah, I know him. Nice bloke he is.
Did you meet him where in Margate?
Got his number in my phone somewhere. Nice guy.
Look at that.
Yeah, so, really cool. So, you know, probably not in keeping with the ethos of these, because these were based on a more affordable guitar, whereas that's like very, very premium. So maybe if we made a lot of them, we'd do something more plain, maybe, to keep the cost down. I don't know.
I don't know. I think there's something so nice about using plain maple when you can. But I don't mind the look of the sort of basic.
Yeah, I think.
I've got a guitar up here. I've got a guitar up here. It was the very first.
You're going to get it out.
Acoustic guitar I made.
Ah, here we go. This is a history lesson here.
Right. Look. So
that touch that normally.
You can't touch it. No.
There you go. That's pretty.
It's got a little bit of flame. A little bit of flame.
So that's number one. This is
number
the first Atkin ever.
Number wang.
Come on.
Look at that.
Look at that.
And
what is that? So when did you make that? When's that? Wow.
It hasn't got a date in it, but I'm thinking probably
65. 66? No.
I'm thinking 93.
Wow, wasn't even born. Yeah.
Really? Were you not?
I was. Yeah.
All right. Okay. That's a bit harsh. Yeah. How old were you in '93?
'93. I was 5.
5.
So,
You're older than I thought you were. Yeah. How old do you think Tom looks?
No, we're not doing that.
Right. No. So anyway, so that's maple back and sides on a classical guitar.
It's really cool.
And I remember
not just thing normally, but
I don't know. I think there's a few maple guitars out there.
It's a great guitar. I often play it when you're not looking.
Yeah. I made that rosette.
Did you?
Completely by
bit by
little
bit.
blocks.
Oh.
Yeah.
So there you go, the whole thing.
Really anyway, so maple, first Atkin
cool.
acoustic with maple back and sides.
History.
Yeah.
It's probably the most valuable thing we have in it.
It could be the most valuable thing. My friend Des gave me that because I sold it to him years ago. Right, and he said, I think you better have this back.
Yeah.
Put it in the museum. So if you've got any old instruments that I made, just
give them back.
Send them back now and we'll put them in the museum. Anyway, let's listen to this.
Yeah, the big one.
Could you swing
I'll swivel.
my way?
There you go, swivel. There you go.
Thank you.
Oh dear, it's dropping the D. Oh, that sounds amazing. Really cool.
You can just hear Bruce Springsteen singing a song with that. Find yourself going across the Mexican border at that
Very
point?
Much could, yeah.
Which way would you be going?
No.
Isn't that nice?
One thing I will say, I'm often impressed by what we do, but these are really, really cool.
You were looking forward to these coming through.
As soon as I saw them, I was like, oh no, that's a bit of me. But they really are top. Really pleased. Yeah, we're all chuffed with it.
Yeah, I think that's cool. Job well done.
Yeah.
So those are the Kingfisher range. They're going to be available in the next week or two from the Fellowship of Acoustics in the Netherlands. Yeah. Check out their website. You can get to it from our website. And we'll probably link it to Instagram and all the social media stuff that we do. And hopefully we're going to do a live Instagram sort of thing with them when they arrive over there. They can sort of tell some of their customers about them. So if you're into that sort of thing, tune in for that as well. I think, have we covered everything we need to on this?
I think that's a good little introduction of them.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we'll probably be making a lot more of them, I would have thought. So.
Well,
hopefully.
It's a bit like the Dust Bowl when we started making those.
And then it became a whole thing.
Yeah.
We make probably 2 a week. So
yeah.
Like
so I'm excited about using maple.
Yeah, I know. Yeah,
the other thing is that we've got a nice supply of maple as well.
So there you go.
You can use sycamore as well.
Yeah,
and it'd be nice to get some locally sourced sycamore.
That would be pretty cool.
Yeah, I've got a contact for that.
Got a contact for lots of things.
Yeah.
Cool, very cool.
Yeah, so anyway, thanks for watching the video. If you enjoyed that, please like and subscribe. Tell your friends, share, all the things that make it easy to push this stuff out. And yeah, come back and watch another one. Cheers.